Hello everyone, welcome to today's class. I am Sushila Tipshetty, lecturer at KLS Kokte College of Commerce, Belgavi. So in yesterday's video, we had seen about some of the basic concepts and some of the methods of collecting data, types of data. So all these were very easy and basic concepts. I hope you guys are following and making your notes. So today in this video, we'll be seeing about classification and tabulation. So whenever you have collected a data, it will be in a raw format. So analyzing that data directly would be very tedious and difficult. So the collected data should be reduced and simplified so that it is easy to understand and it is useful for the further analysis. So this is done by classification and tabulation. Classification is a systematic grouping of units according to their common characteristics. Here, units having common characteristics are grouped together. Each of these groups is called a class. Let's consider an example of classification. In a survey of students, the students studying in a college may be classified as boys and girls, science students, commerce students, and art students. And as of now, for BCom students, we are classified as business statistics students and commercial arithmetic students. So whenever you are interested in a survey, we have to classify the units according to their common characteristic. As we can see here, the students studying in a college are classified based on the gender and the combinations that they have opted. So the objects or functions of classification are condensation, simplification, comparison, statistical analysis, indication of statistical nature of the data. So the first object is condensation. Voluminous data is non-comprehensible, that is, it is not easily understood. So classification is used to reduce the bulk of the data and make it comprehensible. The second objective is simplification. By proper organization, reduces the complexity and it simplifies the data. The third objective is comparison. Classification promotes comparative study of related behavior or different characteristics. It also indicates how a variable varies in relation to each other. So by classification, we can compare how the units are varying. And the fourth objective is statistical analysis. Classification helps us to analyze the data and it makes us easily understand how the data has been classified and what types of tools are to be used. And the last objective is indication of statistical nature of the data. Classification permits better understanding of the nature of variation of various characteristics under the study. So classification of units based on single characteristic is called as one-way classification, and the classification of units based on two characteristic is called as two-way classification. And if the classification is based on more than two characteristic, then it is called as manifold, and the table showing manifold classified data is called as contingency table. So the types of classifications are: there are four bases according to which classification may be done. They are quantitative classification, qualitative classification, geographical classification, and chronological classification. So let's look at one by one. So the first type of classification is quantitative classification. Here the classification of units is done on the basis of the quantitative characteristic. So we had seen in the previous video what do we mean by quantitative characteristic. That is, classification of units on the basis of a quantitative characteristic such as height, weight, etc. is known as quantitative classification. For example, a group of students may be classified on the basis of their heights as follows. So we can see in one table the heights in centimeters have been given, and in the other table how many students are there. So this helps us in easily understanding the data. The second type of classification is qualitative classification. Similarly, the classification of units on the basis of qualitative characteristics such as gender, literacy, etc. is known as qualitative classification. You can take an example. A population can be classified as male and female. Then further, the male can be classified as married or unmarried, and similarly you can classify females as how many of them are married and how many of them are unmarried. Or you can take another example. Hotels in a city are classified as 5-star hotel or 3-star hotel, 2-star hotel. So all these come under qualitative classification. The third type of classification is geographical classification. Here the units have been classified on the basis of the locality, country, city, village, or urban, rural cities, etc. So these type of classification is known as spatial classification or geographical classification. So here you can take an example of population of 4 states. So in the first table you can see the list of states, and in the second column you can see the population in million. So in Uttar Pradesh the population was 200 million, in Karnataka it was 61 million. So these type of data are known as geographical classification. Also you can take example of crops, production of crops in different states or different countries. All these come under geographical classification. And the last type of classification is chronological classification. That is the classification that is based on the time is known as chronological classification. Example, strength of a college in 4 different years. So in the first column you can see years are mentioned, and in the second column the strength of the students has been mentioned. So these type of data comes under chronological classification. So this is about classification. Now let's move on to tabulation. Tabulation is a systematic arrangement of classified data into rows and columns. So once you are done with the classification, we move on to tabulation. That is, the classified data are arranged in rows and columns for much better understanding. So the objects of tabulation are neat presentation of classified data. It simplifies the complexity of the data. It helps in comparison of any set of data, and it reduces the bulk of the data. What is the difference between classification and tabulation are? Classification is usually the first step, and then tabulation follows the classification. Classification is an abstract notion, whereas tabulation gives material form to classified data. The third difference is classified data can be analyzed only after it is tabulated. The fourth difference is tabulated data is easy to understand. So there are certain rules of tabulation. It can be also said as parts of a table. So what all the parts a table includes are: the first is table number, the second one is title, third part is headings, subheadings and stubs, the fourth one is the body of the table, fifth is head note, sixth one is footnote, seventh one is source of the data, eighth one is the logical order. So this is a general form of a statistical table. As you can see, the first one is table number here. Table number should be assigned on each of the table. This table number helps in sorting out the table whenever required. Any reference to the table can be made by quoting the table number. It is just like an index that are given in the textbook. So if you have an index, then you can easily search a topic. In the similar way, if you have a table number, then it will be easy for you guys to whenever you need for further reference, using this table number you can easily find that table. The next one is title. So here you have to write title A title should indicate in short what the table is about. So the contents of the table should be written in title in a short format. The next part of a table is heading, subheadings and stub. So here headings should be proper, and if required you have to give the subheadings to the columns and rows. Whenever necessary, the units of measurements must also be mentioned. So here as you can see, in the left extreme you have to enter the row headings, which are known as stub entries, and this is the stub heading. So the fourth part is body of the table. In body of the table should be neat and clean. It is the main part of the table wherein the classified data is stacked in a systematic and comparable format. And you can see head note over here. This is the fifth part of the table. Like any special information regarding the table may be given in the form of head note. For example, if you are indicating boys and girls by capital letter G and B, here you can indicate by saying G is for girls and B is for boys. So all such things are written in the head note. And the sixth one is footnote over here. The facts and figures which are prominence are marked, and footnotes which indicate so are provided over here. The seventh part is the source of the data. The source of the data may be mentioned over here, like from where you have collected the data. And the last part is logical order. The data should be arranged in a logical order so that it helps in comparison. So here the column headings are written, and here the row headings are written, and in case units of measurements are required, so those are written over here. So this is the general format of a table. So in the next video I'll be solving some problems related to tabulation. So that's it for today. Thank you.